Hi to everyone who's watching the IELTS LangGo YouTube channel, and welcome to our news reading lesson. Harry Potter has become a childhood legend for many people, beloved by readers all over the world. But do you know exactly how Harry Potter changed the world? Well, let's read this article and find out together. How Harry Potter changed the world. Almost exactly 20 years ago, on September the 1st, 1998, Scholastic published Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, the UK edition of what would be known in the US as Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Harry Potter has since become such an all-encompassing phenomenon that from this vantage point, it's hard to see the full scope of what he accomplished. It feels as though publishing and fandom and children's literature and most of modern pop culture has always been the way we know it to be, but there's no doubt that Harry Potter changed the world. So here we've got scholastic, an adjective relating to school and education. Sorcerer is a person who has magical powers and who uses them to harm other people. All-encompassing is an adjective. Encompassing means to include different types of things, so the compound adjective all-encompassing means something that includes everything. Vantage, noun. This is a place or a position that affords a good view of something. Accomplish, verb. This means to finish something successfully, to achieve something. Author J.K. Rowling was an unknown single mum when she first got the idea for her story while she was stuck on a train. The small UK children's press that ultimately took a chance on her undoubtedly couldn't have predicted that it would have a measurable effect on everything it touched. Harry Potter made young adult book-to-movie franchises into one of the biggest forces in pop culture, and indeed it changed the business model for publishing books to kids. It introduced an entire generation to the idea that it's possible to interact with the pop culture that you love, to write about it, and with that, to make music and art about it, and to build a business or a fandom around it. Here's a look back at the way that Harry Potter changed and influenced online fandom, millennial culture, and the publishing industry. Press, noun. In this paragraph, press is the newspapers and magazines. Ultimately, adverb. Finally, after a series of things have happened. Undoubtedly, used to emphasise that something is true. For example, she was undoubtedly the best candidate. It means that she was, for sure, the best candidate. YA is an abbreviation of young adult fiction, a type of book. Business model, noun. This is a term in economics. A business model is a description of the different parts of a business or an organisation, showing how they will work together successfully. Millennial is a person who was a teenager at the point of the millennium, someone who was born in the 1980s or 1990s. Why adults got so obsessed with the Harry Potter books. A 2012 study found that 55% of young adult novels are actually brought by adults. In large part, that boom is courtesy of Harry Potter, which became a surprise crossover hit, which was adored by both children and adults, and which made it acceptable for adults to read books that are ostensibly for children. For some critics, that's a worrisome development, suggesting that adults are too dull and stupid to appreciate books that were actually written for them. But there are plenty of reasons for a grown reason to enjoy Harry Potter. Obsessed, adjective. Unable to stop thinking about something, too interested in or worried about something. Courtesy, noun. Polite behaviour or a polite action or remark. Ostensibly, adverb. In a way that appears or claims to be one thing when it is really something else. It's a really good piece of vocabulary to use. Worrisome, adjective. An adjective which means causing worry. Now let's look at the last paragraph in this section. The Harry Potter books combine the intricate plotting of a mystery with the sweep and scope of epic fantasy, along with the intimacy and character development of a classic boarding school narrative. The result is pleasurable to read at any age. The puzzle box mystery plotting keeps the pages turning propulsively forward. The fantastic mythology gives the world scope and magic and joy, and the boarding school setting makes the characters seem warm and somehow familiar and charming. It also makes some of their eventual deaths and traumas, for all, deeply affecting. It's true that Rowling's prose can best be described as workmanlike or competent. If the reason that you read is solely to enjoy perfectly balanced and polished sentences, then you may be best served elsewhere. But if you are an adult who can imagine reading for more than one reason, like the pleasures of story or the simple joy of immersing yourself in another world, the Harry Potter books become enormously appealing. Intricate, adjective. Having a lot of small parts that are arranged in a complicated or a delicate way. Intimacy, noun, the state of having a close personal relationship or a romantic relationship with someone. Narrative, noun, a story or a description of a series of events. Propulsively, adverb. This is an adverb for propulsive, which describes something that has the power to drive something forward. Mythology, noun. A collection of myths, especially one belonging to a particular religious or cultural tradition. Workmanlike, adjective, showing an acceptable level of skill but no great ability or style. Competent, adjective, meaning to do something well. This reading is not the entire article. If you want to read the full version, we'll post the link below. I hope you found this video interesting and useful. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to IELTS LangGo's YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Goodbye.